Hello everyone, this is Melissa Hilsman with Coldwell Banker Professional Group in Eugene. I am joined with Ron Smith from Cross Country Mortgage, and we're here to talk about what's going on in the Oregon, California areas with the fires and kind of addressing the questions of what's next. What do you do next? If you lost everything, what do you do? What are these next steps to start the process of either rebuilding or looking at renting and getting a future home? So Ron's done a lot of great research. We've got some great resources and information for you. So I'm glad that you can take advantage of this information with us. So Ron, thank you for being here. And so let's just get started. What is next for people that have lost their homes, that have lost all of their belongings? What are they supposed to do now?
Really, the first thing you really need to get going on is your insurance. Get with your insurance people. I can only imagine with the amount of volume that's going on with homes being damaged or destroyed or whatever, that there's going to be backlogs. So get in line. So let's look at a couple situations. Let's take the worst case. Let's say that your home just burned to the ground and it's gone. So again, this is information that I have been told is accurate, but again, you're going to get some discrepancy between different lenders and different insurance companies. But here's the basics. One of two things can happen. Either you can choose to rebuild or you can choose to not rebuild. So let's say the second one first. So let's say you choose to not rebuild. You were going to sell your house anyway, so who cares? At that point, you have insurance. The insurance company will typically make you an offer, a depreciated value offer. So let's say the house is worth $400 and you choose not to rebuild it, but you had full replacement cost on your insurance. Then at that point, they would take a depreciated value because it's not being replaced, and they would say, okay, we'll cut you a check for $350. And so they cut you a check, and they cut that check in the name of both you and your lender. So then the lender, you have to pay off your loan because you still have if you have a loan, you still got to pay them off. So let's say that you owed $360 on your home. So you're going to have to pony up $10,000 because you got $350 from the insurance company, but you owe $360, but you're still going to end up with a lot because the dirt doesn't burn. I mean, the trees and everything, structures can burn, but the dirt doesn't. So you're going to end up with a lot, and then you can sell the lot, recuperate your costs, and hopefully make some money and move on.
Okay.
So let's say you only owed $300, then you would pay off the $300, you would pocket the $50,000, and then you would have a free and clear lot.
Okay. So you can, even if the house is gone and you settle that with the insurance, you're still going to end up with the land, regardless.
Yes, likely.
Okay.
Because the mortgage is just, the structure is what's mainly covered. So that's, realistically what they're looking at. So, because that's what appreciates mostly too. So let's go to the other option. I want to rebuild. I just bought this house a year and a half or 2 years ago, and it's worth $400,000, and I want to rebuild it. Mm-hmm. So what will happen is, typically the lender will then cut a check for $400,000, and it will go into an escrow account. And the escrow or the lender, it will go to the servicer, whoever's servicing that loan, and they will hold that money, and it will not be, but it will act like a construction loan. So at that point, you have $400,000 sitting in this account, and you're going to rebuild your home. And so the contractor's just going to go and do draws out of that money as he gets, progresses through rebuilding your home. So they'll probably have to have re-inspections to make sure things have been done so that nobody's getting ripped off and those kinds of things. So
that makes sense.
That's kind of the process.
Okay. So the first steps then are that they get in line with their insurance company. Regardless.
If your home has been damaged significantly, God bless you, number one, but get to your insurance people as fast as you can. I would be talking to contractors because there's hundreds of homes that are damaged, and there's not that many contractors. I would guess there's going to be a couple year backlog. So if you want to rebuild your home, get proactive.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So I guess really this is going to be more of like an insurance question, but if the home isn't burnt down, but damaged in certain areas, but it's totally salvageable, again, probably going to be an insurance question.
I would think so. And I would think it would kind of work kind of like the other one. They're going to take money and they're going to say, okay, you go get bids, and the contractor's going to say, yeah, it's going to cost $60,000 to fix this. And you've got an insurance bid, and the insurance company pays the $60,000. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm not an insurance person, but that's my guess.
Yeah. So because you're a mortgage officer, a broker, what do people do? Say they own their house free and clear and they want to go get a new house, get a mortgage on a new place so that they can have home and then deal with this other piece later. Would they just contact somebody like yourself and go through the regular steps as always?
Yeah,
or are there any other
absolutely.
things? Okay. Or so even if they own just a little bit on their house, they may still even qualify for a new loan depending on income, etc. Okay. So that's still an option for them, even if they have a small mortgage.
Yeah. So your first option, let's say it's free and clear. Then all I'm going to do is I'm going to, as far as calculating income to debt ratios to see what they qualify for on a new purchase. I'm going to use, they still owe taxes on the old property. So, and potentially insurance, depending on what's going on. But if it's just land, then there's typically not insurance on that, because your current homeowner's insurance policy typically covers if you just have a lot. So again, that's an insurance question, but that's the norm, because I have that. I have a lot at the coast, and my homeowner's insurance covers that because there's no structures on it.
Okay.
So, as long as you can qualify with the property tax payment on the other lot, you're fine.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Is there anything else that you've gathered that's either going to be a challenge for people right now or that they should know? I know this is going to be changing pretty rapidly, kind of like what we went through with COVID, but anything else that you think is important for people to know that would be in this situation right now?
There's a lot going on, and you just used a great word. It's fluid, because it's moving quickly. There's very few, because of the whole COVID thing, there's very few lenders doing construction loans right now, because there's such high risk loans anyway, because most of the time they take 6 months to a year to get done. So it's a higher risk situation, because what if somebody gets COVID? What if the borrower gets laid off? What if, right? So it's too much risk for most lenders right now. So most lenders have construction loans on basically hold. We're not doing them. And as things free up and as the economy gets better, then that'll come back, but too much risk. And then the other thing is, the ability to just deal with properties that are coming around. So if you have, I kind of lost my train of thought. I apologize. If you've got properties that are damaged, you're going to deal with that. I can't remember. You had a question, and I don't remember what.
Oh, just if there's anything else that was important for these people that are going through this.
Oh, that's where it was. Insurance companies. What I'm seeing is insurance companies are putting moratoriums on different zip codes. So at that point, as an example, I've got some people that right now are trying to purchase a home and sell a home in Sweet Home. Well, Sweet Home was affected. And so there's lenders out there that are not funding loans in different areas at all. We are, at least at this point, but there's some lenders, like I was just told today of 2 different lenders, that if you're in this zip code, no funding.
Really?
And then they have a whole list of zip codes. And then other ones are saying, okay, we'll fund the loan, but we have to have an appraiser go back out there to make sure the structure is standing. So, and you have to be out of any kind of evacuation zones. So
even if that's level 1?
Even level 1, because it could turn to a level 2, right?
Yeah.
And so on. So.
Okay. Do we have access to that list of zip codes that are off, that have moratorium on them right now? Or is there a way for us to get that information?
I have all states, because I've got
Allstate's
people that work at Allstate that I know, and they've been gracious enough to give me that list. Because that's the other thing is if, like she was saying, the gal at Allstate, 97478, which is Thurston, was on that list, and then 97477 got on it late last week. So she said she couldn't even insure a car. Too much risk.
Wow.
The lenders are just saying no. So like this other property in Sweet Home, we're supposed to find out today if the lender's going to fund the sale of their home so they can buy their new home.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So
Yeah, that's a struggle.
It's trouble. It's a challenge. Yeah. And the reality is, do you want to buy a home that's potentially going to burn down? Right?
Sure. Sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And I talked with I know that some of these folks are not homeowners, but they're renters. They're dealing with the struggle of the loss of their home. And property manager had mentioned that go through and look at your rental agreement. And if it talks in there about acts of God and things like that, what will happen if in those situations, and then take it to an attorney. Really have other questions. Who's going to pay for this? My home wasn't destroyed, but my other things are. Obviously you're going to be dealing with insurance too. But their recommendation was look at your rental agreement and then take it to an attorney if there's questions or things are unclear. Lots of different components. It's a lot, and I can't imagine how hard that is on top of everything else and the stress and the loss and all of that. Yeah, like you said, God bless. This is a challenging time for a lot of people.
I agree.
So, okay. Well, Ron, thank you so much for joining me and giving this information. I hope that it's helpful to people, and we'll just keep working and releasing information that's of value as we continue over these next few days and get what rolls out, and hopefully no more fires starts on Thursday and Friday. We get some thunderstorms, lightning.
Agreed. So thanks for
having
having me.
Yes, thank you. Talk to you soon.
Have a great day.